Thank you for everything, right?
My pleasure.
Because we have been on the idea and the conception of the shop
Yeah,
for a while now, right? Since
yeah, that's
we
true.
started to talk about things, I think the end of February when we finished the other project, right?
It's been quite a long way.
A little bit about
All right.
who are you?
Yeah. Okay. My name is Elina Patak. I'm an artist. I do all kinds of media, from photography to video to objects and paintings as well. So lately I've been working on paintings about ecology and our health, and I've been really deeply invested in the themes of us from the inside. So cellular cell structures, um, the immune system, how we work from the inside. And most of my paintings are very bright and very light, and they are designed to invoke the sense of optimism. So whatever happens in your life, whatever the darkest times are, there is still growth. And in most of my motifs, there is something growing, be it a dendrite, a tree, a synapse in our brain. So something is always growing. So yeah, that is the main message, I guess, of my work.
This idea of cycle of life and pain and discovery and change, those patterns, understanding the traumas and things that somehow makes us who we are.
The previous iteration of the show, I saw it and immediately thought that there is one particular painting that I really wanted to show you, and that painting was inspired by pain. And the character here, she lives in that shop which is overgrown by things, and she goes through the pain again and again and again. So in the painting, there is a coral structure which is embroidered with red thread. And actually, I was painting right before I cut my hand really bad, and I was bandaged. And while I was healing, I was making the painting. So I was embroidering each stitch as a blood vessel. And by the time I finished the painting, I was healed. So again, yeah, that felt for me very suitable for the show.
The character, one thing that struggles to finish the script was that idea, why I want to tell the story, why we're doing this, why this, because I think it's about the retelling that somehow she heals herself,
Yes.
and I think that's why I think the paint came so beautifully to the work. But for this time, we start to talk about the conception of those
Yeah.
blind boxes,
Yeah.
and because for me the idea of the shop was always never to sell objects but stories, things that somehow we attached into those things. The idea is to sell the things that are not concrete, and then we try to talk about the idea of those blind boxes, and then you said you wanted to make one. I remember how, but and then you create this beautiful blind box. It was the Relics of the Mortal Desire.
Yeah. This iteration of the show is particularly exciting for me because I started from the very beginning. So I saw this environment, this shop, as just a tunnel. And then there was a lot of work of building, world building the show. And there are multitude of objects that are vintage, that are not of a particular time. And it's really interesting because I feel the character also lives in that liminal space of between times, between the ancient times, between the current times, retro, vintage, somewhere in between that. So each object that we have here has been in someone's home. And the shop is all about the stories, right? The character tells the story again and again, and the people who come here, they also hear the story but also feel something from their past, because I wanted to create an object that is between times as well. The objects in the Relic of Mortal Desire boxes are ancient but not. They are contemporary but not at the same time. So originally they were inspired by the votives from the British Museum. So they have a great collection of votives from Etruscan, ancient Greek, Roman times. And the votives were little pieces that people made and brought to the shrines or to the temples to ask the gods for things. For example, if someone would have a broken leg, they brought a broken leg. If they wanted harvest, they brought a little figurine or a sketch of bread, for example, to the gods. So that was a little offering to the gods, and the gods would listen, make the dreams come true.
From the beginning, there was those ideas, those in Portuguese we say is that's the house of sense is where we buy things to offer to the gods, which will buy those votives, piece of leg, depends on whatever you ask or thank the gods, because there's different reasons how you would connect with the gods, and those houses, the sense they would offer you those objects.
What is also very interesting is that in the old times, I feel the dreams were very particular. Again, the leg, harvest, fertility, love. But nowadays, our dreams are more abstract, less concrete. We want belonging, we want courage, maybe connectedness, or things more abstract. So the objects inside of the boxes are very abstract as well. And I like the idea that people interpret them in their own way. And the idea of a blind box is also kind of relinquishing control. Again, slightly connecting it to the story of Agatha and of the shop, because she loses control for a second. And I urge people who get the box also to lose control, because they're not choosing a relic. Relic chooses them. And the only thing that is different is the number on the box. So if number means something, they choose the box, or you go blindly and the box chooses you. And then you open up, and it's incredible. I've been getting some stories of people who already have opened their boxes, and there are beautiful synchronicities. People share the little details, how a particular relic made sense to them.
That's, for those votives, of all those things that somehow, when you go to the House of Sense, and I think hopefully here the shop, because that's the conception of the shop, is how you resignify and create meanings of those objects. So if someone opens the relic box of Mortal Desire, what is one emotion you secretly hope they will feel?
That's a beautiful question. A few emotions, to be honest. I think anticipation is one, because it's a blind box, so I want that curiosity in the person. So they open it and they are not sure what's inside. All of the relics are different to each other, all made by hand, all made with my meditation on each relic. So I know what the relics means, but I want people to make their own meaning as well. So if I were to choose one, perhaps curiosity about yourself, about the box, about what actually means to you, what your deepest desire is, because we have dreams that are not ours sometimes. I call them secondhand dreams. But what's really inside you? What do you actually want? Each relic is made with a breath. It's what I call some kind of a natural element. So
A breath.
A breath, yeah. So each of them has a breath. A breath could be a little twig, a real piece of wood in it. It could be a thread. It could be ash, and with ash, so answering your question, the most interesting perhaps is that a few relics have ash in them, and that ash is made from little pieces of paper where I wrote blessings and words of luck, and then I burned them and I embedded the ash into the object. So it's literally embedded with luck.
Amazing. Do you know, it's, from Afro religions that said they really use the breath as
Yeah.
a very powerful magical
Mm-hmm.
instrument.
Yeah.
So in Afro religion, when you have Afro religion, we have the ashe is this energy that connects, bounds everything in nature.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most important thing. So you can even wish a share for other people, which is very poetic and beautiful. And but you also have, everything that's magical that you would do in an Afro religion, whatever ritual you are making, you can blow it, and it's like a part of you that passes through. And I just loved that you brought this.
So the latest batch of boxes says whisper your desire. So again, you whisper your
Exactly.
wish into the box, and then
So you had to create a box for your own deepest desire. What would you dare to put inside?
Mm. That it's a great question. I'm not sure how it would look like. Again, very abstract.
No, it's
But
good. It's good. No, some
it's just,
suckers.
yeah, those moments of awe. I'm always looking for awe in my life, and I'm trying to generate it, but it's really hard to catch, right? It's like a fleeting rainbow. You either see it and notice it, or it's gone. So my desire is to create those moments when people open a box and it resonates so deeply that they start crying, or they see a painting perhaps and it triggers something in them, or they come to a show where I helped build the world and it transforms them somehow, not for a minute but for a long time.
Um, thank you.
Pleasure.
You have given me lots of moments of awe. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you.